Hey guys, I just wanted to give a quick update on what the state of Protoboard is. So, Protoboard, as you guys might know, is the diagramming tool that we're building to be able to put together your hardware projects, link components together, and see if they actually work, right? So, the state that I have right now, I've got a few components on the screen. If I click on one like the Arduino Nano, you can see on the right the component properties where it shows you what interfaces the Arduino has. So like it can output power, it can output digital, it can input digital signals, it can do analog inputs, it can operate as an I2C master, SPI master, it can do UART, which probably should be one interface, but it's defined as two different ones right now. And then as far as the pins that the Arduino has, those are defined as resources within Protoboard. So you can see the 30 pin resources that the Arduino has, like the digital pins. And digital pins can have functions of either digital I/O or UART RX, just UART receiver or transmit. Just like if I were to look up the Arduino Nano pinout, you'll see the pins and their functions, right? Like in this image right here. So like digital 0 has TX, right? Digital 1 has RX. You'll see that same concept here, and the same for all of the other pins as well. So why is that useful, right? So basically we try to put the whole data sheet inside of the component properties. Because whenever I connect this Arduino to, for example, this environmental sensor, by dragging a node and connecting, boom, you'll immediately see which interfaces between the sensor and the Arduino are compatible, right? So if I click this dot, then now I'm saying that I want to connect the Arduino to the environmental sensor, and then I can choose a control scheme as well, right? So SPI. Technically, I'd be able to connect both of these because both devices support the interfaces. If I go back to the Arduino, now you'll see the connected interfaces. So before we were looking at defined, and now you have connected. So you can see which ones are connected. This one's connected to the sensor, and then the final thing was going to be that I haven't implemented yet is the resource allocation. So we talked about pin mappings down here, right? Pins have functions. So like for the I2C that we just did, we'll have some I2C SDA, SCL pins, right? With these pins can function as I2C SCL and I2C SDA. Those need to be basically allocated to, or I guess we were talking about SPI for this one. They need to be allocated to this interface, and I want that to be automatic as well. So hopefully you can see, here's the connected interfaces for the environmental sensor and all the resources and stuff. But I hope you can see why this is valuable, because if you try to connect two devices that don't really make much sense to connect, like for example this sensor and this LED strip, right? You'll actually see right now I have it throw a bunch of errors because there are no compatible matches between these two components, so it wouldn't make sense to connect them. This line needs to appear red to show that, but this is the basic, I guess, back-end validation that I have. And so I can delete that guy since I know that it's not going to be good. But yeah, this is Protoboard. The last thing I'll say is that there is a dark mode that I implemented as well. The styling of this needs to be updated. I really like the styling of the harness view right now. I worked on this today. And then on the left you have a component bin as well. So those icons look better in light mode, but where I can add more sensors, whatever I want, I can drag them around, connect them, and validate that they actually work. But yeah, this is Protoboard. We're working on it. We're going to show it off at Open Source, and hope you enjoy.